Hey, what's going on, crypto? What's up, Devin? What's going on, BG? Marky Mark, what's going on? Last games, game 5's here today. Win, move on, loser goes home. Should be some serious fireworks tonight in these games. From hood to riches, what's going on? How you doing, Rich? Everybody ready for these game 5s, man? It's gonna be pretty interesting today. Everybody's gonna go all out. All the players are gonna play massive minutes. Massive minutes today. You already know the deal. I'm going to basically tell you pretty much similar players. There are a couple players to look out for, at least in my opinion today. But obviously the standard studs are still in play, of course. Like WNBA. What's going on, Serve? So you know the deal with Bonner. Bonner's gonna be in play, of course. She's up $8,000 now. Still pretty good price for someone who can get you 50 or better. And she's just been dynamite. If they have to win this game and she puts up another 50 spot today, she's gonna be for me, she'll be like, if they were to go all the way and win the championship, she'll be the MVP of this team, man. There's no doubt about that. Artful Dodger, what's going on? Yeah, tonight, yeah, it's gonna, like always, we all know that already. We've been down this road. We know it's gonna be tough to make a lineup, but we have an idea. All of us here already have an idea of more or less which players we should be definitely targeting and which players we more than likely will have to take a chance on. What's up, old Gov? Jesus Cruz, what's going on? Thank you, Jesus. Henry Boyd, what's going on, buddy? So like like always, guys, we know DB is definitely in play. Obviously I'm here to feed off of you guys as well. Dewana Bonner, so Diana Taurasi, obviously in play, but you know me, I've told you in my first look video, I've been telling you for the whole series that I obviously am in favor of Dewana Bonner more. She has a little bit more upside, at least the way she's been playing during the course of this series, and obviously over the course of the last month. She's been probably the best player in basketball, in my opinion. And then Diana Taurasi, she could light it up any given day. She's going to take a hell of a lot of shots today. She didn't take as many the other day. I expect her to put up a lot. But obviously I still favor Dewana Bonner as the better play. Christy Tolliver finally came out, man, and had a fabulous game the other day. Good job for Christy Tolliver. They needed it, and they're going to need Christy to be just as sharp today as well if Washington is going to move on. And I really believe Washington, in my opinion, has a very good chance to win this series today in Atlanta. Daryl Parker, what's going on? What's going on, T-Dot? What's up, Rob Pearson? Brian James, what's going on, buddy? Family's doing good. Thanks for asking, man. Hopefully yours is doing well as well. Avenging Angel, what's going on? How you doing, Angel? So, yeah, so getting back to it as far as the players, man. Obviously, we all know Bonner's in play. Taurasi's in play. Bonner's the better play. Tolliver had an awesome game the other day. Maybe she, for them today, they definitely need Christy Tolliver to play well again. If they can get Tolliver, like I said in the first look video, if they have Tolliver, Natasha Cloud, or maybe a Ariel Atkins, one of the two, they both played well, but Natasha was better in the last game, and I think that's the one that I like the most out of all the Washington guards today. I love Natasha Cloud today, but if they get a great game from Cloud and they can get 35, 40 or better from my girl Elena Delle Donne, we're going to be good. Washington's going to be good to go. That's where I'm thinking. As far as Atlanta, man, we can't fade the Atlanta guards just yet. They are playing at home. A few of them do play better at home. Tiffany Hayes is one that plays fairly well on the road and at home. She's pretty consistent. So Hayes is definitely in play for Atlanta in tonight's matchup. 6,900. Not bad at all. I mean, she's capable. She's been playing so well in this series and playing so hard. I expect her to be no different today. So Tiffany Hayes obviously in the play. I am fading on Sue Bird today. She more than likely is going to wear some sort of protective mask with that broken nose that she suffered the other day. But Jewel Lloyd is probably the better play today at home. She does play a little bit better at home. Her numbers have been pretty good against this team all year. She just hasn't played well in 2 out of the last 3 games. So I definitely still think that Jewel Lloyd is a nice play, and I don't think she's going to be highly owned at all. So she may be a nice little sneaky play here at 6,400. Sykes, I barely ever take Sykes because I rather have Tiffany Hayes. They're kind of similar ball players, but Hayes is a better player and has the better upside. Alex Bentley is in play, but I'm not on Bentley either. I think that today, as far as the guards, I really like Natasha Cloud the best out of the matchup. So I would go with Natasha Cloud, and I definitely still like Double A and Ariel Atkins. Pretty consistent too. Ariel's been consistent. Cloud has a better upside. She's capable of exploding for a little bit more than Ariel. At least she has shown that over the course of the last few games. Renee Montgomery, don't sleep on Renee like always. I always tell you that. She hasn't really had a great game at all, but she is one like Christy Tolliver that hasn't played well, and tonight may be the night that Renee Montgomery lights it up for 40+. So don't be surprised if that happens. Then we get down here a little lower. I haven't been playing no January. She gets a lot of minutes, but she just does not put up enough fantasy points for me, so I don't buy into it. 5,100. I'd rather pay a little bit cheaper, go down to Ruff and Pratt. Canada, not a bad play. At home, what I have for her at home. 38% field goal percentage. Her field goal percentage at home is not that good. But it is the playoffs. Again, everybody's in play. Canada could possibly be a sneak, but I'd rather play Ruff and Pratt for $700 cheaper. Even her price has gone up by $300 or $400, but I'd rather play her. And then we get here to the lower tier. Obviously, Yvonne Turner is still in play. Monique Carey has been non-existent in the series, so we're not going to... she's a definite fade for sure. Lalani Mitchell gets very few minutes, not a whole lot. I think Yvonne Turner is obviously the better player. Yvonne Turner's price went down $200, so I know that's a little bit of a... that's more of a draw for you guys to, for all of us to jump in on her at 3,400. She's $200 cheaper than she was the last 2 games, but... that may be, that might be a little fast one they're pulling on us on Fanduel. Maybe they know something we do not. Maybe Yvonne Turner is not going to have a great game, or she's not going to play as many minutes. They did scale her minutes down to about 20 in the last game. So I'm not too high on her, but I will be utilizing her in some lineups. I made a line of lineups today, a lot of quarter lineups. I also made pretty much all the $2 and the $1 entries at three games at max, and I did 2 of these $6 ones. So I'm gonna definitely take a shot at this 10K tonight as the last double 2-game slate. I figured let me make 2 solid lineups here. So I'm gonna definitely give it a shot with the 10K tonight. I think everybody should at least try that too. 10,000. It looks like a pretty nice number for me. To try to knock down here. All right, so what's going on here? Let's go over to the forwards real quick, and then we'll start, chit-chatting a little bit about what are possibly the better plays for all of us to play today. I mean, Griner obviously in play, Stewart obviously in play, Deladon in play. The top three monsters there. Obviously, you know, I love Elena Deladon. She's my girl. I like Brianna Stewart. And Brittany Griner's been grinding, man. She's been playing hard. She's the top stud here tonight, 8,400. She has been for the last several games in the series as far as the front court player with the most with the highest price tag. I still think she is capable of still getting you 40 to 45. I don't know if she'll get 50 against these girls, but anything is possible, and she has that upside, so obviously she is in play. I do like Stewart a lot better. It's just the way I feel, $300 cheaper. It opens up the doors for me to get someone else. Elena Deladon is at 7,900. That's even better. And if she is at least 80% from 100 or even 85% tonight, I think that's enough to get her 20 points off the floor and maybe 40 to 45 fantasy points. So I am all over Elena Deladon, you know, today. That's my girl. I can't give up on her. Getting down here to the mid-tier, these 7,000 girls, Sanders, Breland, Howard, and Williams. Like I said in the first look, I kind of like Atlanta's forwards at home. I'm not on Natasha Howard at all today, but maybe she'll go out and put up 45, 50. I think the better plays, at least as far as numbers as of late, it has been Latoya Sanders against Atlanta, and then of course Jessica Breland has had a good average as well. So she's been averaging pretty well in the series. I think about 36.5, 37 fantasy points, which is way past her average for the season. So Jessica Breland to me is definitely in play today. I like Breland and Sanders the best, and don't fall asleep on Elizabeth Williams. Will is definitely in play. Miss Clark is getting minutes, but it's not sufficient. You know, she reminds me a lot of Brianne January, you know, pretty much. Get a lot of minutes, but don't really put up a lot of production. She's good for 2025, but at 5,000, I'd rather pay down. Langhorn is 4,300. She's still in play. Monique Billings had a great game the other day. She may get some action today. She's at 4,000. And Miss Hawkins didn't have much going with her in the last game. Again, you know, she is still someone to consider here. I think obviously Langhorn to me is probably a better play, and I'm willing to pay down. Hines Allen did play a little bit for Washington the other day. She may come in 3,100, pretty much at budget price, not too bad. And of course, Camille Little's been getting all the action here for Phoenix, so I don't see that changing. I mean, she is the better defender and the better player here as far as Phoenix up front to help out with Deladon and Miss Sanders. All right, so let's see what we got here. Little or Robinson? No, yeah, Crypto. I'm going definitely Little. I don't think Robinson's gonna get any time, man. I mean, they've shown it unless Miss Talbot is back, and she's still under concussion protocol. So if Stephanie Talbot is out, then you could expect tons of minutes from Diana Taurasi in the 3 spot. Carla, yes. Taurasi may blow it up. You're absolutely right. You can never sleep on Taurasi, man. She's one of the best women's basketball players that ever played this game. And she's a true competitor, and she gives 150%. But she lets some of her emotion get the best of her at times, and sometimes I fade her simply because of that. But she is in play. I just think Bonner is a better play. Pay a couple $100 more. T-Dot. You think Phoenix gets blown out tonight? Wow, that could, you know, I would not be surprised, but I think that Phoenix definitely will hang in here for a little bit. Wow, someone came in 6 in the 10K the other night. Well, man, you did pretty well, buddy. That's good for you, man. Congrats on that. Henry Boy, she is cheap. Yeah, Yvonne Turner is cheap. $200 more. I don't know if they're just trying to, you know, they're trying to get us to commit to Ms. Turner here. Maybe they know something we don't. Yeah, Deladon putting up 38. I'm hoping she puts up 45 or better. I definitely have her in a few of my lineups. I definitely love Deladon. Hey, how you doing, Randy Jackson? What I think of Langhorn? Yeah, I like Miss Langhorn. I think Langhorne is someone that I am definitely considering. At 4,300, if you're considering anybody in that area, considering that Powers is not going to get a Powers would be a nice play if Washington would utilize her, but they're not going to utilize her with Deladon. This is it, man. This is it, man. You cannot lose tonight. So everybody's going to play their studs and going to ride them all the way until they foul out. I mean, that's just the way it is. And when WNBA, most of the time, at least in the few years I've been watching it, in the last like 4 or 5 years I've been watching WNBA, I mean, that's what I pretty much see in the playoffs, especially in elimination games. The coaches definitely play their studs and their starters for a massive amount of minutes, and I don't expect no different tonight. Like Sanders, yes, I like Miss Sanders. Billings, maybe. Yeah, James, Billings is definitely someone to consider. I definitely like Billings today. I probably would play Billings over Langhorne, to be honest with you, today, because I think she could be a true factor here in helping out this team in the front court. You know, especially with Deladon back. So Monique Billings is definitely someone in play. So I think between these two girls here, they're the better bets at this price range. And then when you go any lower, obviously Robinson has been just, you know, she's been put on the bench, and Camille Little is still at 3,000. I mean, that is a cheap price, so you gotta consider Camille Little. James Perkins, EDD will play better tonight. Yeah, I would assume so, especially with all the treatment she got to get ready for the game the other day, Game 4. She got no different. As soon as she finished that game, she was pretty much on treatment protocol the rest of the way, including the day off and including throughout the day today. I'm sure she's gotten a lot of treatment, so she should be ready to go. She didn't look bad at all as far as her mobility. Never showed any concerns whatsoever with her knee. She played. It's just you could see that she was not, you know, as explosive as she normally is. But if she is feeling a lot better today, and I would assume she will be, she can be pretty much at 85-90% today. I think she can still get 45 or better. Yeah, Little and Langhorne ain't avenging you. Both of them are good plays. Both of them are in play. I think Little at 3,000, you can't pass her up. She's gonna be, you know, I would say for the main one, if you're playing the 10K main GPP, she's probably not going to be highly owned, but I think if you're playing the smaller ones, she may be someone that a lot of people are going to be playing. She may be 40-50% owned, but that's okay. It's okay to be on, you know, just the long as your lineup is slightly different above, you'll be okay. Best stack of the night. Wow. Well, I don't think the stacks, to me, James, I think the stacks still stay the same. With Phoenix, there's no doubt that you got to consider, if you're going to go with Phoenix, a team stack of Phoenix, you got to go Bonner, Griner, and then just basically pay up for those two, or go Bonner, Taurasi, or vice versa, or go Taurasi for $300 cheaper and throw in there Griner. I think that is the best stack. And when it comes to the Washington-Atlanta, I'm not too fond of a stack for Atlanta. I think Washington has the better chance for a nice stack. So you figure you can go definitely Tolliver or Deladon, or you go Natasha Cloud with Deladon. I think those two pairs like that, I think that works well, and I could see them having great games. I'm really banking on a lot of Natasha Cloud. I definitely have her in pretty much all my lineups. So I'm hoping that she does not let me down because she's capable of it. World Peace. World Peace says if you don't have Stewart and Bonser in the lineup, you're giving away your money. Well, Stewart is definitely in play. I love Stewart. You know, Brianna Stewart is definitely in play. I have no problem with. I don't have no problem at all using Brianna Stewart. Not with Natasha Cloud today. I'm not quite feeling that team stack there, but I definitely feel that Stewart with Lloyd. If you're gonna go with the best possible two scoring options for Seattle, it's definitely got to be Stewart, and then of course Jewel Lloyd in the backcourt. So I am banking on those. I think they're gonna compete, and it's gonna be a really grind out game between Griner, Stewart, and of course Jewel Lloyd with DeWanna Bonner. Little is out. Wow, that would be terrible. So if Little is out, then obviously if Little is out, then definitely Angel Robinson is gonna get some time. What happened with Little? Anybody knows what happened? Rain clouds for you, Manny. We'll see. Stack Phoenix, Neely says. Guards. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I just finished saying, if you're going to go with Phoenix, I truly believe you got to go Bonner Tarazi or Bonner with Griner or Tarazi Griner. You got to stack up that way. You can't stack. If you can stack all three, I think if you could get Camille Little at 3,000 and take maybe Hines Allen at 3,100, I think you may be able to squeeze in three nice studs in a lineup. But you definitely, and that's perfect for GPP because you definitely just want to, you definitely want to put yourself in a position where at least three of those players are not highly owned. They're two Littles. Wrong Little, yes. Yeah, oh, that's there. That's the problem there. Yeah, somebody saw the two Littles. Yeah, no, I think Camille Little is going to be playing some minutes tonight. Well, Sancho Little is definitely out. She's been out for quite a while. Daryl Johnson, what's going on? Welcome to the show, buddy, man. Glad you made it. Okay, so Carol asked me, I'm sorry I missed that one, Lloyd or Tolliver. Wow, that's a tough one, Carol. I like both of them tonight. I would rather go with Lloyd simply because I know she's at home and she really needs this game. But Tolliver is not it's not a bad play either. She is tough. She finally, had a great game the other day. Maybe that's what she needed. Maybe this is the turn for the better for her. But at the same time, she is, to me, a little bit of a liability, a little bit of risk. She has had issues with this team all year long. So I'm not quite buying into the great game she had the other day. I know that if Washington is to win today, they definitely need Tolliver or a Natasha Cloud or Ariel Atkins helping out Deladon up front as far as putting up points for them to be able to advance. Yeah, I mean, no doubt, sir. I see that, yes. And it's nothing wrong with having a player that's pretty chalky. Nothing wrong with Camille Little being chalked up at 3,000. Everybody wants to get a monster or two in there if they can. And with Little in that lineup, you definitely can get two monsters for sure. And you can possibly even squeeze in three if you go with another forward cheap. You can go with one stud guard like a Bonner, and you can stack up in the front with Deladon Stewart or Deladon Griner or Stewart Griner. And that will work with Camille Little in the lineup. And chances are about 40-50% of the people will have some combination like that. I would truly believe that. And then that's when you have to make the decisions. Are you going to go with Tiffany Hayes or Jewel Lloyd? Are you going to go with a Christy Tolliver or Natasha Cloud, Ariel Atkins, or take a big, stab at Renee Montgomery to be a monster today for Atlanta? Remember, these teams do play well at home. Atlanta plays well at home, and Seattle is a good home team as well. So that is one thing that definitely everybody should always take into consideration. But it is a game 5, so I expect Phoenix to come in there really hard, and I expect Washington. And I think Washington is just, overall, if you look at Washington, the way they play, they are capable of beating Atlanta. Atlanta's come a long way without Angel McCoughtry. But this is going to be a tough task for them at home today against Washington. Washington did go in there and won one game in Atlanta, so they know they can go in there and beat Atlanta. And like I said, if Tolliver can have a halfway decent game, put up 25 to 30, solid game, maybe even above 30, and can get some help from Ariel Atkins. Ariel Atkins has been consistent. She's been at that 25 range, 27, 28 and 29 in the last 2 games. So if she could put those kind of numbers again, and Natasha Cloud could have another 30 plus, and Deladon could get you 35, 40, Washington will have a shot to win this today. Breland will play hard today, Neely. No doubt about it. Breland is one of the ones in the middle that I said that I prefer. I like Sanders and Breland here in this matchup in Atlanta. I'm fading on Natasha Howard today and Elizabeth Williams. I think I like those two girls the best. And like I said earlier, the top core stud plays for each individual team, and Della Don, Stewart, and Grant are all in play. I would say if anybody could squeeze all three of them in there, you can. I think that's not a bad idea. Or, so you can just gang up in that front court there. But I think you can pay up at the guard spot with Bonner and possibly a Tiffany Hayes, and you should be okay. Bonner's MVP, Angel, no doubt about it. She has been absolutely just wonderful to watch. Della Don, that's my girl. That's my girl, man. I'll be watching the game with my pom poms. Watching Della Don. She's gonna get busy tonight, man. Hopefully she does not aggravate the knee. But hey guys, before anything and before anybody leaves, I appreciate you guys drop a like on the live stream, and don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, man, by tomorrow, sometime tomorrow, I'm already pretty much almost done, but by tomorrow sometime, the NFL first look video will be out. And don't forget, we're going to have a live show on Saturday night. We're talking about 7 p.m. for Saturday's live show for the NFL, man. We're going to get ready for the NFL Sunday. It all begins. We're going to get crazy. It's going to be a great NFL and, of course, NBA season. So everybody stay tuned. So make sure you drop a like. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. So this way you're going to be able to get that information to you every single week. And I know there's a lot of people doing DFS football. But, hey, you know what? Take a look at everybody. Get a general idea of where everybody's coming from and see whom is going to be able to give you the best possible looks and the best possible opportunities to win on Sunday. And I want you to be a part of also listening to me as well. So make sure you stay tuned for that. All right. So again, just drop a like on the video, man. I appreciate it. Hey, I know we filled out. I forgot to mention we filled out the last WNBA DFS Zone 20-player pool player tournament. I saw that about an hour or so, hour and a half ago. I checked in, and we finally were full for the first time before we even go live. So fantastic, man! For all of you, for every one of you guys and ladies that have joined that, truly appreciate it. Let's have fun. Let's see who takes it down tonight. And of course, we have the NFL. Remember, don't forget the NFL league for DFS Zone is up already. I think we have about 6 or 7 or 8 players already that have locked themselves in. We still have spots available. It's $5 a week. It should be a lot of fun. All right, so definitely do that. World peace. Yeah, Della Don, man, she's a beauty. Cheap guard for like $3,500. Yeah, cheap guard. Hold on, sorry about that. $3,500 for a guard. Yeah, I think on the lower end here, man, it's really tough. The only one you really have at 35 on Fanduel is going to be Miss Turner, obviously. If you could pay up to 4,100, I think Ruffin Pratt would be a nice play. She's getting minutes, and she's actually playing and contributing to this team. I should have opened up the DraftKings. I didn't, so I apologize for that. I could have given you guys, I'm sure some of you maybe come in here and play DraftKings as well. I could have given you a couple of plays there as well. Besides Turner, wow. Well, yeah, if you're not going to go Turner, then you got to go to Lonnie Mitchell. But I think Turner is going to get more minutes. And that's just my opinion, but just the numbers pretty much just say it there. She played pretty much in this series, she's played 25, 45, 55, almost like 60 minutes. And Miss Mitchell has played, you can even count this. It's like 20, 28, 30 minutes. So 60 minutes, 60 plus minutes for Yvonne Turner in the 4-game series against Seattle, while Alani's at 30. So, for $100 more, I would take a stab on her. If you're going to go up, if you're willing to go up a little higher, then, like I said, Ruffin Pratt, Canada, they in play. These numbers here, they do this on purpose, man. You got Renee Montgomery at 5,500. You got January at 51. All of a sudden, Canada at 48. And none of these girls are capable of getting you value, on a consistent basis. As you can see just from their regular season averages. 15 here and 13. So, I mean, that's a little pricey. Even Ruff and Pratt at 4,100 is pricey, but FanDuel knows that she is getting time on the floor, and they make these adjustments on the pricing. Pricing is off. She's not going to get you 21, but she's capable at 4,100 Ruff and Pratt to get you 20. Same as Canada, but 4,800, that's pretty steep. You're talking about 24 from her, and she's only averaging about 13.5 during the course of the season. So, I mean, you know, you just gotta have to take a stab at somebody. Does Powers see the court? I don't know. I really don't think so. I mean, they barely put her on the court in the last game. With Delle Donne with a 70% leg, knee, Powers only saw 6 minutes on the floor, and she was productive, got 4 points. She hit 2 shots, and they still didn't keep her on the court a little bit longer. So I don't know, man. It's so hard to really gauge what these people are going to do, these coaches are going to do. But Ariel Powers has shown that she's capable of being on the floor, being explosive, being aggressive, and being able to contribute and put up points. And they don't put on the court. So I think they're going to go all out with their stud 5, and they're going to definitely hope that Delle Donne, Tolliver, Cloud, Double A, those 4 girls really kick butt tonight, and they have the opportunity to. I think that 4 right there, they're pretty nice. When they're all shooting well and playing well together, they're a pretty good team, the Washington team. Thank you, World Peace, man. Thank you for being a part of the channel and support. I appreciate the support, man. Yeah, I look very much forward to the NFL. I mean, I'm glad this is the last WNBA video and live stream, because I'm just getting geared up and ready to go, and I look forward to the live stream for the NFL on Saturday night. So remember, guys, I hate to plug it again, but stay tuned for that. If you have not subscribed to the channel, do that. Subscribe now and put on those post notifications, because they are so important. T-Hawk question. T-Hawk, yeah, to Hawkins, I don't know, man. I tell you, James, I've been burned a few times using Hawkins, man. I don't know if I want to play her today. You know, and it's not a matter if she's not good enough to play and be able to give you value here, because she can. They're just not putting her on the court. I mean, they didn't put her on the court in the last game. I think she's going to play more than 7 minutes today, but I don't know if she's going to get 19 like she did here. I don't think she's going to get 16 and 20 like she did here against LA, Minnesota. So she'll probably get close to 10, 11. I think that's standard, or that's like the norm for her. But seeing any more than that, I don't think so, man. And at 3,900, I'd rather go Langhorne, who's definitely getting a little bit more time. Even Billings has been playing a little bit more minutes. 22 in the last game and 11. Still a little choppy, but the numbers are pretty good. 11 and 11 and 18 and 22. Not too bad for Miss Billings. Yeah, it's a crapshoot, Henry. You're right. Low price crapshoot for value, no doubt about it. That's what the GPP is all about. You want to win 10K tonight? Definitely gang up on some studs. You know, put a couple low, cheap value plays out there and hope those girls get a few minutes and they ball out in those few minutes they're on the floor, and that will get you the 10 grand. It's it's just the way it is, man. Do I trust rookies? Well, Neely says fade Sue Bird. Yeah, I definitely am fading Sue Bird. I said that earlier. I'd rather go Jewel Lloyd. Bird with the broken nose. She's going to have, some protective face mask, I'm sure, today. And I'm just not. I definitely like Cloud the best. So out of the guards tonight at the price of 5,700. Do I trust rookies for heavy minutes in Game 5? No, I don't. And that's my opinion, Henry. But I'm not taking a shot. The only one here, the only one here who's going to get heavy minutes as a rookie is going to be Double A. Okay, Ariel Atkins is going to get a lot of time. Ariel Atkins will get her 20 to 25 minutes or better. See, she got 32, 29, 25, and 26. So I expect her to get 25 or better. If you go Canada's been getting some minutes, but Canada's not going to put up the same amount of points as Double A, if you're looking at a rookie. Where is she? Canada, 4,800, pretty much need 24. And you know what? I mean, 24 minutes here, only got 16, 17, 16. This is pretty good. 1 fantasy point per minute, not bad at all. Exceeded 1 fantasy point per minute here against Phoenix in Game 2. But man, I don't know, man. It's just tough. 4,800 for me is still like kind of pricey, man. It's kind of pricey, and if I'm gonna do that, I'd rather just pay up. I'd rather just pay up and take a shot at someone like Ariel Atkins or even Renee Montgomery. I'll be willing to take a shot because at least I know she's gonna play some minutes. Now she didn't play a ton of minutes in the last game, which was really so. You know what? She actually did. I'm confusing her with someone else. She put up 32 minutes in the last game. She gets minutes. You know, she put up one of her best games out of the 4 in the last game. So, again, don't fall asleep on Ms. Montgomery, man. I'll be honest with you. I threw her in one of my $1 tournament things because I am not, I don't want to be burned by her. I've taken her several times, but at the same time, I got a feeling she's due for a big game, and she hasn't had it. Now, she had a pretty decent game that last game out. So, who knows? Today may be a day that she may go and put up 35 or better, maybe even 40. Canada's 4,100 on DK. That's not bad. At 4,100, that will be okay over there. And if you got Ruff and Pratt at the same price, or even if DK has Ruff and Pratt at that price, that would not at below 4,000. That would be an awesome play there as well. And even if Turner is, I think Turner's going to still get about 20 minutes. And it's tough. There's no one else down here value as far as the front court players. I mean, maybe Hines Allen at 3,100, like I mentioned at the beginning of the live show. As far as value, you could definitely consider Hines Allen. She did play 13 minutes in the last game, played 7 minutes in the game before that. So 20 minutes, she's put up 15 fantasy points, 2, 5, and 2 in the last game. I mean, it's crapshoot, man. But it's either her or Little. I think Little's getting more time. I mean, she's $3,000. She got 19, 10, and 10 in the last 3 games. That's 39 minutes. 39 minutes, and she put up 15, 18, about 18, 19, about 19 and a half fantasy points. So, I mean, you're not going to get a ton. But at 3,000, you really just, you need about 14 or 15. She's capable of getting there. If she can get a little bit more minutes, if she can stay in that 15 to 18 or 15 to 19 minute range. Ruff and Pratt 3,600 on DK. Yeah, that's not a bad price for Ruff and Pratt, because she has been getting minutes. We're gonna go and take a look at her again. I think she's averaging about 18 minutes or so in the last few games. When you break it down, Ruff and Pratt. Yeah, pretty much 14 here, 26 and 21. I would say about 17 or 18 points. Minutes per game over the course of 3 games on the average, and that's not bad. And you're looking at 17 to 18 minutes, and you look at her fantasy points, 16, 15, and pretty much round off that 11.7 to 12. That's about 14, 13 and a half, 14 fantasy points over 17 minutes. That's not too bad. That's about a .75 fantasy point per minute. So I like those numbers. Deladonis 12K. Woo. Yeah, 12K is pretty pricey, but then again, if it still balances out well. If you can get a Pratt, you can get a Camille Little for under 3,600 in DK, then it's okay to squeeze in a Deladon at 12K. That will work. And it's obviously over there the budget is higher. The budget, I believe, is 50K over there. So you definitely have a little bit more money to spend. What about Billings, Mario? Yeah, I like Billings. Monique Billings, definitely in play. She's probably in a better situation than T-Hawk. T-Hawk, I mean, I expect T-Hawk to play. She's not going to get probably 10 minutes. But this lady here got 11 and 12, so you figure out, I don't know, about 16 average here. And she's put up 29, almost 30 and a half fantasy points in 2 games. I would say about 30 fantasy points in 2 games. 30 fantasy points combined in the 2 games that she's played. She did play 17 minutes in game 1, 2, and 6. So I see Billings being a part of what they're going to do tonight. think that's where we at, man. Hopefully somebody takes down. I really would love to take down this 10K, man. I'll be crazy excited. That'll be really nice to do. 10,000 tonight is up for grabs. I think this is probably not going to be one by one person. It's probably going to be broken down. I think there'll be a couple of tie. I wouldn't be surprised if 3 or 4 or 5 people tie for first in today's, because it's just, you know, that some of the stud ones are going to be kind of chalky. You know, there's no doubt about it. They should be. Can I share the lineup? Wow, T dot. I do not. Let me see. Hold on a second. Upcoming. I don't even recall what I put on my freaking team. I did it so early this morning or whatever it was when I did the thing. If I can find it. Yeah, this is the lineup right here, guys. For the ones who are doing DFS Zones tournament, I have no problem. These are the players I took, at least this morning. I took Bonner, Lloyd, Turner, Stewart, Deladon, Hines, Allen, and Camille Little. So I did go with the 2 budget, and I took 2 studs, and I actually took 3 studs, and I took a big risk on Jewel Lloyd to come up with a big game. And that's the way I have it right now. I'm not planning to change that at the last minute here in these last 14 minutes. I have that lineup in about 4 different, tournament things today. That's pretty much what I have for DFS Zone today. So if you have those players, and we're gonna be pretty much even everywhere across. But that's pretty much where we're at. So yep, so anyway, so that's pretty much it, man, guys. So we'll see what happens with DFS Zone tonight. You and I both. And how many of you guys are playing the 10K other than T-Dot is fading that today, and James? Anybody else playing the 10K? All right. So a few of you guys are playing the 10K. Yeah, man, did 2 lineups for the 10K, 2 different lineups. Hopefully, I'll hit one of them. We'll see what happens. But I do have a bunch of other little ones, 25-cent ones I played. I played some dollar ones. I played some 20-player games. I like to play those, and I like to also play a couple 100-player games. So I did some of those as well. As you guys already know, I am more a GPP player than cash play. I don't have no cash lineups today. None. 8 lineups. Alan Strong. Well, you're going strong tonight, buddy, man. I wish you a lot of luck, man. 8 lineups tonight for the 10K, man. Good luck with that. Hopefully you spread that out a little bit. Obviously, you may have 3 or 4 core players. I think that's a good strategy. If you have 4, maybe even 5 core players, and then just mix and match the last 2. Even if you're making 8 lineups, I think you give yourself a chance to hit multiple times. Darryl Johnson, that's good. So the lineup you see, that's what I'm saying. There's going to be some lineups that are going to be pretty similar where everybody else. It's so difficult to do and to take down a big one here with just a 2-game slate, and then obviously knowing that is a game 5 for both teams, that obviously there ain't going to be too many players coming off the bench. Clark is a sleeper. I don't know. I'm never really big on Clark. I mean, granted, she is another, nice looking lady, but I mean, I'm not. She can be, but I'm not on her today. So hopefully it doesn't backfire on me, because I did not play her in any of my lineups. I don't believe I did. Henry Boyd. All right. Good job, Henry, man. Good luck tonight. Hopefully you cash some serious dollars, man. That's what it's all about. Bentley for the win. T-Dog, good luck to you with Miss Bentley. Bentley, you know, she's a shooter, man. She's gonna get her floor points if she is able to have, you know, her shots go down early. She gets in the flow of that offense, and she could be pretty dangerous. But she doesn't do a whole lot of other things, and that's where it always bothers me a little bit about her. You know, she can score, but she won't dish the ball as much. She won't go out and try to defend more and get more defense or offensive rebounds, and of course get the steals and the blocks. If she does a little bit more of that, she'll be even better, you know. Hayes, yeah, Tiffany Hayes is definitely in play. She's definitely in play. I definitely like Tiffany Hayes as well. All right, guys, man. So, ladies and gentlemen, I bid you guys a fond farewell, man. I tell you again, I thank you guys so much for the regular individuals that have been involved with me throughout the WNBA season. I truly, greatly appreciate you guys and all the new people. But just remember that we're moving on now to the NFL and then the NBA in October. So stay aboard with me on this journey for the remainder of the year, and you're going to see that you're going to definitely get some great information and hopefully be able to help you guys make some serious money. NFL video will be out sometime tomorrow. First look. That's going to pertain to having maybe 2 to as many as 3 players per position that I'm thinking that will be the best possible plays. And then, of course, we'll have the live show. I'm thinking 7 o'clock Saturday. So I will let you know for sure in the video, first look video of the NFL. But I'm thinking 7 o'clock Saturday for the live show to discuss Sunday's NFL slate. All right, guys? Yes, Daryl, the next time I will be on live will be Saturday night for the NFL. So stay tuned for that, especially if you got some games that you're planning to play on Sunday. Okay, so Saturday night we're going to get busy with that. But again, and anybody that's watching right now, you have not subscribed to the channel, please do so. I guarantee you I am going to give you the best possible information. Other than there's a lot of people out there giving great information, don't get me wrong. But I want to be one of those sources that you can go to get some information as well. And hopefully my information, as well as whatever else you get from every other individual that's out there, will help you guys get over the top. Remember, the key thing here is that I am just giving you the best possible. I'm never going to give you a set lineup. I'm going to give you what I think are the best possible plays based on statistical data, matchups. You know, in this case, football is pretty much matchups and statistical data. I'm not going to just be like, hey, you know what, you definitely got to play this person at 7K. He's going to definitely light it up. It's not going to happen. I'm not going to sell lineups or anything like that. I'm going to give you what I think are the best possible plays, and you'll be able to at least dig in and do a little bit more research at that point in time, and then you'll be able to make your lineup decisions that way. But I'd rather do that because I'm a different player than everybody else. I'm more GPP. I have a different risk tolerance than someone else. Someone may be willing to risk a lot. Some people don't want to risk a whole lot. Some people have a smaller bank roll. So all that comes into play. So you can't, I can't go out there and tell somebody, hey, you know what, this is the lineup I'm playing. Definitely play this lineup. You're going to win. I totally disagree with that. I don't think that's the right thing to do. I feel I'm doing a disjustice to someone telling them to do that. I'd rather give you a pool of players of 16, 17, 18 plays, 18 players, and you make that decision and narrow it down and be like, all right, I was thinking of this individual. I was thinking of that individual. Now Manny has confirmed that. He's giving me the statistical data to back it up. I'm going to go that way. So I'd rather give you the statistical data and give you the plays that I think are best according to matchup, and you decide for yourself as players. Okay, so again, that's what's so important. So again, guys, so stay tuned for that. If you haven't dropped a like on the live stream, I truly appreciate it. It definitely helps the channel. It definitely brings up my ranking. It helps with everything else in the YouTube industry. So I would appreciate you do that. And if you have not subscribed, like I said, do so, because a lot of good information is coming your way starting tomorrow with the NFL. All right, guys. With that, I bid you guys a farewell. Again, I appreciate you guys. Good luck tonight. Let's make this money. Let's get it. And I'll see you guys on Saturday.